Normally I wouldn't make a video like this. A lot of times when I hear about a YouTuber leaving the platform or sadly passing away, my usual response is, who? But this time I'm actually a fan and I regularly watched him. His channel was called Mitten Squad, and he would make these videos where, usually on a Bethesda game, do a complete playthrough with some sort of major disadvantage to the gameplay. For example, he did a Fallout playthrough where he only used pistols like hip-fired, and then one of his big ones was beating Skyrim only using shouts.
The title is kinda clickbait, kinda not. The general idea here is that I can only use the 357 Magnum and I can't look down the sights. The only way I can damage an enemy is with shouts. No swords, no bows, no spells, no scrolls. That's the only limitation.
He has hundreds of videos, which is a lot of work considering he had to do a complete playthrough every time he made a video. I'm a massive Fallout fan and I love Skyrim too, so I really enjoyed his videos. He has a really chill voice, so it was just a nice thing to watch or listen to when I was working or doing other things. Now, I consume a lot of YouTube content, but I've never really paid attention to the personal lives of my favorite YouTubers, so I was completely unaware of what was going on in his personal life. Apparently, he had some pretty bad addiction problems, specifically alcohol. Here's an excerpt of The Sun article about his passing. Earlier this year, the YouTuber told his fans that he'd been drinking heavily and was diagnosed with pancreatitis. Little bit of a life update. My drinking has gotten so out of control that I had to go to the emergency room again yesterday. I got some bad news there. Turns out I have pancreatitis. He wrote on X, formerly known as Twitter. The frequent vomiting sucks, but the pain is indescribable and nothing seems to make it stop. This is not the only time Mitten Squad, who signs off as Paul, has spoken out about his issues with alcohol. Last year, the YouTuber posted how his drinking landed him in the emergency room. I already posted the short version on Twitter, but I figured more people would see it if I posted here too. I haven't uploaded since July because I started drinking extremely heavily again. My extreme drinking culminated on Wednesday afternoon, November 23rd, 2022, when I had to be taken to the emergency room by ambulance because I blew a .351 blood alcohol content. For those who don't know, a .4 blood alcohol content is likely to kill you, though people have occasionally died from a .30 blood alcohol content. So clearly he's had this problem for a long time and he's had some close calls too. He hadn't posted in over a year, but he assured fans that he was okay and that there'd be some content posted in 2024. In November, he wrote this. I've still been drinking lately, but it's a bit less than it was for most of this year. From blacking out 2 to 3 times a week to maybe 2 to 3 times in the last month and a half. It's kind of heartbreaking that it sounds like he was trying to improve himself and make a big change in his life, but sometimes with things like this, it's just too late. There's been an outpour of support and sympathies with people saying things like, devastated to hear about the passing of Paul, Mitten Squad. He was one of the most dedicated and hardworking creators in the Bethesda world. I hope he is at peace and aware of the hours of joy he brought to millions of people. I haven't been able to find the exact cause of his passing, but it's been all but confirmed to be alcohol related. Sadly, he was only 27 years old, and he completely defined a whole genre on YouTube of the challenge type video. I'm legitimately pretty sad about this. I really liked his content, and he will be missed. Normally I would do the whole like and subscribe thing at the end, but I'm just gonna say, go watch his stuff. There's years and years of great content. You can check it out if you're a fan of that stuff. I'll leave a link below. RIP Mitten Squad.